Hello everyone, the Chart Guys have been working on an introductory technical analysis course for quite some time now, and after surveying hundreds of traders with what would be the most sought after information regarding technical analysis, we came up with this course, When to Enter and Exit. It covers over 5 hours of the basics on when to enter and exit, and we feel after watching this course it will help build a foundation of technical analysis knowledge which will eliminate a lot of the uncertainty in the world of trading stocks. So the course outline, we go over the psychology of trading, establishing a game plan, the different indicators we use to signal a bullish and bearish entry, how to recognize support and resistance levels, poor entries, where traders make mistakes, exit targets, how do you know where to sell your trade, where to place stop losses, that's very important, minimizing losses is what keeps you in the game long term, my personal preparations, how I go about getting ready for each trading day, and then piecing it all together, utilizing all the information we just learned and how to apply that in the real world for making successful, profitable trades. As a bonus, we also include a lot of information on finding entries and exits utilizing patterns, and you can find these patterns on every time frame on pretty much any stock and commodity trading, and certainly being able to recognize those patterns can give you an edge as well. So we hope you will check this out. Again, it's an introductory level course. So if you are new to technical analysis and trying to get a firm grasp on things and feeling a little bit overwhelmed, then this course is for you. I hope you check it out. Appreciate you watching. Checking in on oil, starting with the hourly time frame. So last video we were ending off with a potential bull flag of consolidation. We built a base of support just above $53, made another bounce attempt. We ended up setting a lower high and then just spent some time defending that support. You see how low this volume is as we are trading sideways, bouncing, dipping below, but closing above this support line every time. And this support line came from the low of this consolidation. And then once it finally broke, it was a volume spike for the bears and then an all-out quick dump. So a clear loss of that support. Now we are back testing that resistance, previous support, now resistance, and currently seeing a bit of a struggle. But overall, the bulls are still looking good, and we can see that on the daily time frame. After that gap up open with the contract rollover, we saw some really nice follow through. Very clearly, we still have some resistance up at 53.47 and 53.49. Although we did break above those levels, we could not close above there, and we have now rejected the past 2 days from those levels again. But the bulls did buy the dip and defend the 10-day moving average support, which is now ascending, and we're on the verge of a bullish MACD cross. So the bulls really want to see 53.47 and 53.49 become support, and there they're going to set their sights on 54.29. It would be a red flag if we break the low of the past 2 days, 52.20 and 52.11. So break those levels, and we're looking bearish down to fill the gap at 51.85. But if the bulls get that 53.48 level of support, they're going to be looking really good on this week. That's the goal for the bulls this week. And you can see every consolidation that we've had in the past 2+ months has been a lower wick, showing the bulls buying the dip. And that's the case for the past 2 weeks. And now so far the start of this week shaping up that way as well. So I'd say tomorrow's a pretty important day. Obviously the inventory report day could change what happens tomorrow, but bulls really want to see some follow through and get back above this little resistance line of, let's call that 53.08. And bulls want to turn that into support and see some continuation. So checking in on USO, and we see a tightening range forming, and what this stands out to me visually, I'll draw it right now, is a little bit of a descending triangle pattern where we have our horizontal base of support, which has been tested 1, 2, 3, 4 times. But we also see a downtrend resistance line with a tightening pattern of lower highs. So I'm making sure none of these candlesticks, these black candlesticks, show that their close was at the low of the real body. So I'm making sure none of those candlesticks close above my downtrend resistance line. And you can see the range is tightening in this descending triangle pattern, I should say. So if we see a break of this low down around the $11 range, let's get these exact levels. So down here, support at the base is 1106, 1107, 1108, and 1110. That's where those 4 levels have bounced off of. And in terms of these lower highs, we're now looking at a break of 1150 to set a higher high and break that pattern for the bulls. So if we can break 53.49 on oil, turn that level into support, USO will break 1150 and break this consolidation tightening pattern to favor the bulls. So again, pretty important day tomorrow. If we don't see a break tomorrow between either 52.11 on oil or 53.49, we will likely see it. We will likely see USO break this tight range on Wednesday with that inventory report. So keeping a close eye on oil, watching the correlation with the overall market, as it certainly does vary. And we can look in at oil and see that the low of the day was hit at 9 a.m. and then the bulls started showing up. And we can look at the S&P 500 and see when was the low of the day for SPY today. And that was hit right around noon. And let's zoom in here. So not a direct correlation, a little bit before noon, but definitely the second half of the day was bullish for SPY. And that was mostly bullish action for oil as well. So whenever I want to watch the correlation between oil and SPY, I zoom into the 5-minute time frame and see how similar the candlesticks are and the trend, obviously. So I'll be doing that tomorrow just to keep a close eye and see if the oil bulls show up, if that's going to help the SPY bulls maintain their middle Bollinger Band support. So I appreciate you watching. Again, 52.11 support, 53.49 resistance is the range we are currently watching. And we'll see what tomorrow brings, and we'll check back in then. See you then.